Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie. And this is going to be a monthly check-in for the month of June. Happy Pride Month to all of us who are in the Alphabet Mafia. This is going to be a check-in for June for the sign of Leo. So if you have Leo anywhere in your chart, this reading may resonate for you. This will be a look ahead to the month of June for you, what's coming in, what's going on. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross. We will not be clarifying as in-depth as I go in personals, because otherwise you'd be here for an hour with me. But yeah, I'm new to YouTube. I'm originally from TikTok, so it's still a little odd for me to say, but if you vibe with my readings, consider subscribing. Leave a like if it resonates for you. Let's get into this. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. So let's get into this. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email or form submission on my website. Okay, all that's linked on my account as well. Let's get into this. Leo, let's see what's going on for you guys. I stream tarot 3 days a week on Twitch. You can catch me there Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I have also gotten requests to upload the collectives. I do a collective on Twitch every time I go live. I've gotten requests to upload the collectives, so I am going to be working on that as well. Why did that fall on the floor? So yeah, those will be, I created a playlist for it too, so if you miss a live, you can still catch the collective, okay? All right, let's get into this. Can I get an outcome, please? Just one more, please, for Leo. Leo, I love that you're showing up in your own reading. The Strength card is here, which is the card of Leo. So you're kind of showing up in your own energy, which I do love to see. So let's get into it. Bottom of the deck represents our challenge because it represents what we're not seeing, what we're not looking at. You've got the King of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess. You've also got the Lovers and the Sun there as well. So your challenge is really interesting, Leo, in June, because it feels like you're making some decisions about who you collaborate with and who you don't. Well, this could be very heavy career energy for you with the King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. But it does feel like you are kind of, I don't want to say questioning, but I do want to say questioning is the word that's coming through. It does feel like you are kind of questioning and asking yourself, okay, is this really working for me with this High Priestess? Some of you could be readers. You may have Leo, but you may be like a tarot reader, High Priestess card of psychic intuition, or maybe you're just being called to, follow your intuition this month. But it feels like you're kind of reevaluating. The way I'm hearing this is like where you're playing your cards, or like where you're making your, like, I keep seeing poker. I feel like you're in almost like a game with yourself here, but like a game with everyone else at the same time. It's a little weird how they're showing that to me. It really just does feel like there's a lot of reevaluating going on for you, but also like a lot of decision making about who you're partnering with, where you're spending your time, where you're putting your effort in. Is it giving back to you? Things of that sort. So let's dive right in. You start with the Four of Pentacles. This is in your current energies. So Four of Pentacles and current energies does not really shock me. This is like sitting on your money. This is showing up in a lot of collectives right now. If you live in the States, you will know that economy is not economying right now, okay? So it does not shock me to see you kind of sitting on this little amount of money you have going on here. Maybe a good time for you to really, June is looking like you're going to continue to kind of hold the purse strings a little bit tight here. It is crossed by the Fool, and the crossing energy is either a help or a hindrance. This does feel like a help for you. The Fool's a really good card to get as a helping card because it is that taking a leap of faith. It is that moment of like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. This is a moment where I feel like you may not be, that's a weird way to say it. My guides are giving this to me. You may not be fully on board with yourself. It's almost like your intuition is like, make this move. And you're gonna do it. I feel like following your intuition is a little tough for you because, Leo is a very like passion sign. You want to follow your passions, but your intuition's kind of pushing you in a different direction. And I feel like you're a little uncomfortable with it. Like you may not want to do it, but you're gonna do it. You're like, okay, I have to do it. It's one of those moments where like, I always say to my clients, like, feel the fear and do it anyway. I say that a lot in my collective. Sometimes we have to strap it, depend on, poop ourselves and do it. you know, and that's where this kind of really feels like June is taking you. Yeah, Devil in the reverse and the Eight of Cups. I love this for you, Leo. You are walking away from self-limiting beliefs. You are walking away from, you know, the part of you that is scared to leave the box. I really do feel like this is it's like a full, the way my cards are giving this to me is like full send, like chucking yourself off the cliff, full send, you're not even thinking about it. I love this for you. In your headspace is strength. So this is what I was saying. You're showing up as your own energy here. Strength is the card of Leo. I feel like you've worked a lot on how you show up in the world, and the way I'm hearing this is like your fear of being perceived. It feels like you've worked very heavily on like, you know, I always tell my clients as a service provider, I've been in service providing my whole life. I was a hairdresser before I was a psychic medium. You know, sometimes you're not the provider for everyone. I know I'm not the reader for everyone. I wasn't the hairdresser for everyone. I was a barista before that. Like, I wasn't the barista for everyone, you know? And I feel like you've accepted with this strength card that like, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but as long as you are your own cup of tea, that's all that fucking matters here, babe. This is a really great reading for you guys today. Okay, and I feel like this attracts love in for you. Two of Cups, Five of Wands crossed. Don't love that. A crossing card is a conflict card when it comes out like this. Two of Cups with the Five of Wands crossed. This is going to be a little specific. Also, the name Melody just came through. Melody. But I don't know how else to say this. You're not the problem. I feel like you keep thinking that love isn't working out for you because of you. You're like, oh, well, I'm the common denominator. It must be me. There's something wrong with me. Your guides are really loud about this. Like Five of Wands crossed, Two of Cups. Like, it's not you, babe. Okay, you've worked really, really hard to get to where you are at. Just because you haven't met the right person, Six of Pentacles in the challenge, does not mean that right person does not exist. Do not lose hope here. Okay, Leo, like, hold on to this, to the idea of there is someone out there for me, okay? Yeah, Knight of Wands, I'm telling you. What you're looking for will come in. It just may not. The moon, you're not going to see it fucking coming, okay? This is one of those moments where, again, there's a lot of trust here in June for you. You have to be able to trust that you're just in the right place at the right time. I always tell myself this, and I tell my clients to tell themselves this. What is meant for me will never pass me by, okay? What is meant for you will literally never pass you by. It will always find you. There may just be a hop, skip, and jump in between it finding you, but it will still find you, okay? Physical world, Page of Swords. Stay curious, babe. I feel like whatever you are doing in June, it's kind of like okay, I just heard broaden your horizon. Wow, I can't speak today. Broaden your horizon. Broaden isn't a word. Don't use it. You'll look silly like I just did. But with that Page of Swords, I do feel like you are kind of looking at, I'm also hearing the bigger picture. I feel like you may have a little bit of a problem of like zooming in really close to things. I always use this as an example. Like if I'm trying to read a tarot card or like a tarot spread and all my cards are this close to my face, babe, what the fuck am I looking at? I can't see shit when the cards are here. There's a reason we zoom out of our tarot card reading. There's a reason I'm not up, you know, with the card sitting on my face, because otherwise I'm not going to see it. You know, I'm not going to get that bigger picture. King of Wands, Page of Wands. Babe, this is about the bigger picture. You know, this is you really asking yourself, what's out there for me? You know, I feel like for some of you, you may be getting away from, the way I'm hearing this is like your normal routine, you know. I mean, use myself as an example here. I have a Leo Mars. I can relate to this because for the longest time, like I told you guys in the beginning, I came from TikTok. I'm used to just posting and being like, okay, I don't know who this video is for, but it's for someone out there. Now I'm taking my content and I'm pivoting. I also have a Libra in my big 3, so that's why the content keeps changing. And now I'm doing pointed readings, you know, like I wasn't very comfortable with this at first, but now I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. A reading is a reading, you know? And I feel like that's the same place where you guys are at this month. You're sitting here being like, okay, maybe I am gonna pivot and go this other way, you know? Maybe I will try something different. And if it works out for me, it works out for me, great. And if it doesn't, guess what? I start over. I choose something new. That's the beauty of all of this. I feel like you know that, Leo, too. In your past, you have the Chariot. I feel like you probably know it because you've fucking done it before, okay? Chariot in the past is so good because I feel like you've worked really hard to accomplish goals in the past and have had to sometimes change up the way you approached it or the way you looked at it or the way that you were, like, navigating something here. And it always works out in your favor, I heard. You know, and so I feel like this is a moment of, like, remember who you are. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like a very heavy career focused reading for some of you. Two of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Remember that sometimes, I used to say this to myself all the time, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not stopping. You may not see the end goal. You may not see where you're going to end up, but babe, let me tell you, you are not going to fucking stop. That's for sure here. Okay. I feel like you need to have a little bit more pride here. You know, I almost want to tell you, like, I'm proud of you. You know, you've worked really hard and you haven't let the world and life kind of slow you down. And I feel like you're just kind of trucking through now. You know, you've done it in the past. You're going to do it again here in the present and in June. And it feels like you're really on a roll, Leo. This is such a positive reading. I mean, your near future is Six of Wands, Ace of Wands. Babe, we're looking fucking great in June, okay? Six of Wands is victory. Ace of Wands is new passion. It feels like Ace of Wands. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Seven of Wands, bottom of the deck. I almost said Ace of Wands. It looks like the Ace of Wands, so I thought it was the Ace of Wands. You know, you got to make sure you stay out of your own way here. It feels like with the Seven of Wands, you have a tendency to almost like stop yourself from going outside your comfort zone or doing something that may take off for you. And this is a moment of like, okay, again, feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to do it. The Lovers. Okay, babe. We got love coming in and death. Wow. You may have love coming in faster than you really are anticipating here. Margaret. Margaret just came through. Maybe your name is Margaret. Maybe the person you're going to meet is Margaret. I don't know. I just heard Margaret really loud. But it feels like with the Lovers and the Death card here, your ideas of love are shifting. Not only is the physical world shifting for you, but your ideas about love and where love is going to take you and what love is supposed to look like are shifting in a really positive way. And I feel like this is kind of the way I'm also hearing that it's separating you from like a codependent past. It feels like you had the way my guides are giving this to me is like there was some issues with codependency here in the past, but now moving forward, I feel like you've also kind of fully realized that you are your own person. And if someone doesn't want to be around you, if someone doesn't want to be in your life, that's on them. That's a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of you. I'm really proud of you. You're killing it, Leo. Yeah, and I feel like with the Knight of Wands is how you're seeing yourself. I feel like you are ready for commitment. You are ready for some sort of relationship here. This is a really good reading, guys. A really good, juicy reading for Leo. Can I get a little bit more about this? Queen of Swords. Hold on. Hold on. Can I get one more? Two of Wands. Six of Wands. Okay. I almost feel like this is so funny how my guides are giving this to me because you think it's against your better judgment to let your guard down. It's not. Okay, letting your guard down here, letting someone see you and being emotionally vulnerable with them is actually going to bring you success here. Okay, I feel like you're a little scared because you have a rejection wound going on of like, oh, well, they're not going to accept me. But at the end of the day, you are also realizing that as long as you accept yourself, that's what matters. You know, if I accept myself fully and someone is like, oh, you know, I don't want to date you. Okay, babe, like, you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you guys are accepting that acceptance. It's an acceptance of acceptance. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of funny how this is coming through. But I really do feel like you're kind of taking this like water off a duck's back, which is really, really good here. You know, your superpower is the Four of Wands. So once again, Four of Wands is so positive because it is commitment. You know, I feel like you are really stepping into and accepting that you are ready for some sort of commitment here. Or that maybe you are even looking for it. Maybe for a while the way my guides are giving this to me is like you fooled yourself into believing you were not looking for commitment, but you are. I feel like that kind of made your love life a little wonky for a little while. The Hierophant, you can't make it up. The Hierophant is literally marriage. Like, you want some sort of long form commitment here. And with the Moon, I feel like you were a little scared to go after it. You know, I feel like you were a little bit, the word I just heard was trepidation. That's an SAT word for someone. You know, with the Hierophant and the Moon, I feel like because you were afraid of the commitment hurting you, you never went after it. But now it feels like you're just kind of like, you know what? Like, I have boundaries. I know how to self-soothe. I know how to pick myself up, and I know how to heal myself. And if worse comes to worse, I get hurt in a relationship, I could pick myself back up. I can mend my wounds. You know, I could wrap up my little bandaged paw and I can keep going, which is so positive. Again, you need to be prouder of yourself here, okay? Your fear is the Nine of Wands. I think this is interesting because your fear of Nine of Wands is you kind of being like, well, am I really ready? Nine of Wands is wounded warriors. And as a fear, especially in this context, talking about relationships or any sort of commitment here, this could be business too, you might be afraid. It feels like you doubt yourself a little bit too much here. The Three of Swords just fell out of the deck. Yeah. I feel like something I'm being told to tell you is that your heartbreaks don't define you. I feel like some of you may define too heavily or may align too heavily with your heartbreaks. Yeah, Emperor in the reverse, Three of Swords. You've been hurt a lot, babe. And I feel like some of you have, it's like you've aligned, but you've also convinced yourself that it's like you've convinced yourself that your trauma is you. We are not our trauma. Our trauma is something that happens to us. Trauma is something we experience in this world. You are not your heartbreak. And I feel like that is keeping you from healing because it leads us into this trap, right? Where we're like, if I am my trauma and then I heal my trauma, then who am I? You're still you, babe. Okay, trauma does not equal you. Trauma is something that happens to you. Okay, and so I feel like what you need to reconcile with here is that healing doesn't leave you with a different version of you. It leaves you with a healed version of you, but you're still you. You know, when I look back at older versions of myself, when I was a hairdresser, I was the same person. I've always been the same person. You know, it doesn't matter what my career field has been. I'm always going to be the same Brian. You need to recognize that within yourself as well. You know, let's say your name is Ashley. I don't know. You're like, okay, maybe the Ashley who got hurt 6 years ago, she's still the same Ashley that I am today. The healing of that hurt doesn't change who you intrinsically are. It changes your attitude, it changes your response to the world and to stimuli, but it doesn't change you on a soul core level. You're always you, okay? Your outcome is the Nine of Cups. I really love this for you, Leo, because June is looking absolutely fabulous for you. It's really, really just looking so good, so happy, so affluent. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's happiness. It's contentment. Like, I really don't think you could ask for a better reading than this. This really absolutely popped the fuck off, and I love that for you. Yeah, be very careful. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles. You have a tendency when things are good to self-sabotage. Don't self-sabotage this, okay? Allow yourself to rock and roll here. Allow yourself to be happy, to feel joyful, to enjoy the world as it's presenting itself to you. Things don't have to, like, the way my guides are giving things to me is like, things go well and then you panic. You don't have to panic because things are going well. Accept that things are going well and roll with it, okay? Wow, really positive. June is looking great for you guys. I expect a report, okay? after June, or while June is going great for you, I want to know what's going on, all right? Forgot to tell you guys, we also have a Discord. So if you would like to join a Discord community, that is also available for you. All right, let's get you an Oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is like my current favorite Oracle deck, and that's the one I am using for you guys today. It is a reimagining of the angels before and after the fall. So this is what it looks like. Angelarium. It was a Kickstarter. I've gotten a lot of questions about it. I don't know if it's available. I haven't researched it since the Kickstarter, but I'm sure you could Google it and find out if it's available. But this is very fitting for your reading here. The card you got, the angel you got, is Barakiel, Angel of Lightning. I'm gonna read the entry to you because whoever wrote this book did a phenomenal job. But you're gonna see why I am telling you it's very fitting. Also, the number is 43 for any of us that are into numerology. The number is 43 here. Okay. Drawing this card may be a sign there is a rising energy building in your life. Something is coming up. The potential is gathering in the air. This force could be harnessed, but it's also dangerous. Staying present is always a good idea, but when electricity begins to gather at your feet, it's important to either move with it or get out of the way before it burns you. Excuse me. That was weird. Wow. I mean, it's just very fitting to me. Whenever I see Barakiel, I'm just like, okay, shit's happening. When he comes out, when I pull for myself, I'm like, okay, I need to buckle in. All right, so I will tell you, Leo, buckle in because June is looking really great for you, okay? I will leave you guys with this. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing, maybe throwing a like at the channel. It really does help us grow. I have a Discord community you guys can join if you are interested, as well as you can catch me on Twitch Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. All these things are linked on my channel. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and I hope you have a fabulous month ahead, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.